safaris.
And also, please remain seated during the entire safari. Okay, great trip. Now, is this anybody's first time on the safari? First timers? Okay, alright, couple of you. Alright, awesome. Welcome back to those of you joining us again. As you know, no two safaris are exactly the same, so never know what we're going to quite find out there. Reserve was established in 1971. A lot of the animals out here faced with deforestation, also poaching. So working together closely with Disney's Conservation Fund to protect these African wildlife animals is our main goal. There's a signal from the warden. Let's get going here. We are heading into the little fairy forest here. These are animals who like to hide out very, very well. Use their surroundings to their advantage. See, old first animal we're see. Up on the hill to your right. Brown animal, stripes on its front and back legs. That's an old copy. Old copies. They got those stripes on their back legs that look similar to a zebra. So a lot of people think they are zebras or related to zebras, but no, they're actually the nearest relative to the giraffe. Well, you can tell that because of their heads and their really long tongues. Same skull structure as a giraffe. They also have a long prehensile tongue. Prehensile means finger legs, so they can grab stuff, but the tongue is about 16 inches long. But very shy and recluse animal. Okapis are actually so shy and recluse, they weren't even discovered until 1901. Spend most of the time by themselves and hiding out. Coming up on a watering hole. Watering holes do like to attract different species. I like the black rhino. Unfortunately, only about 5,000 black rhinos up in the whole world. It can be hard to see sometimes. Look down here and see if we have any more. There's one up there just to the right, up and to the right, sort of tucked in there.
See it up there?
Black rhinos. Greater kudu up on the hill on your right as well. But black rhinos can reach right around 3,000 pounds. Oh, here's a good view of one. Up to the left there. They're about 3,000 pounds. Now they're browsers, like get stuff off the trees, like the branches, leaves, bark off those trees. So they have a hook in their upper lip helps them to accomplish that. The greater kudu up on the hill, second tallest antelope we have on our reserve. Males have horns, females do not, so a couple females up there. Well camouflaged as these bongos. Look up on the hill, dark brown, copper color animals. Those are bongos. Bongos are considered the ghosts of the forest. Very, very good at using their surroundings to their advantage. Both males and females have horns on the bongos. They have those long horns that spiral and face backwards. As they can quickly run through this forest without those horns getting caught on anything. Very smart adaptation to their surroundings, especially when they're avoiding any predators who might be out hunting in the forest here. Now we are going to make it away to the river, the Safi River. Where animals spend most of their days in the water. They do it for protection, also to keep themselves cool. Sometimes at night they will come up on the banks to feed. But if you see any shadows in the water right now, you might be looking at some hippos. Hippos down here. Hey, there's a hippo right off to the right there. Some lettuce. Getting some food. Now they do weigh about, they can reach about 5,500 pounds. Forward to facilities and plants. There's more hippos off the left there.
See underwater?
Can hold their breath underwater for about 8 minutes, even while they're asleep. Natural bodies will bob them up to the surface, get some air, and then bob back down. Now, those birds with the long beaks, those are pink-backed pelicans. Males get that pink on their back during mating season. They do mate for life. Both males and females take care of the eggs together. Now, if you're out here in Africa alone and you do come up against one of those hippos, you do want to stay clear. They're very, very territorial. Like anybody coming near their space, one of the most deadliest animals in all of Africa. Responsible for somewhere around 3,000 disappearances each year. A Nile crocodile hanging out, another animal you do want to stay clear of. Crocodiles can reach about 18 feet in length. That's about as long as a giraffe is tall. Now crocodiles, they can bite down with about 2,000 pounds worth of pressure. They can also eat about half of their body weight. Some crocodiles can reach upwards about 500 pounds. So eat about 250 pounds worth of food in just one sitting. They don't have to eat too often though. Their digestive system takes a lot longer than most animals, so they really only eat about 2 to 3 times a month, if that. Now we are going to be making our way to the savannah. That's where we might find more of our popular animals like elephants, giraffes, maybe some lions out here today. Let's go see what we can find out this way. Well, first up on your right, not an animal, but a tree. That's a baobab tree. It stores water in its roots and trunk. That way it can make it the whole way through the dry season. It's not dead. It only has leaves on those branches for about 3 months out of the year. They can conserve water. Now, some of the animals out here know that those baobab trees store water in them. So if there's a really long dry season, some animals will actually break into those baobab trees and steal the water out of them. So the other nickname for the baobab tree is the tree of life. Savannahs like this one there are made up mostly of grass. And we do find a lot of our grazing animals out here. There's a wet and a dry season out in the savannah. During the wet season, they do get about 60 inches of rain, but that dry season does last a lot longer than the wet season. About 9 months is that dry season. Some of the animals can make it the whole way throughout that dry season, drinking about 0 amount of water. Some migrate around a lot for it, a couple 100 miles each year. Some can make it just eating food. They get the nutrients that they need through the food that they eat. Also migrate around for protection from the sun, finding those shady spots, but also protection from other animals. Might be out hunting during the day, so hide out in trees and bushes. Also tall grass to protect themselves. Looks like the first animal season out on the savannah is a giraffe, one of the most famous animals you would find out on a reserve, savannah. So Maasai giraffes out on our reserve, opposed to reticulated giraffes. Maasai giraffes have a jagged pattern on their spots. Reticulated giraffes have a clean cut in those spots. But the tallest animals in the world reach up to heights about 18 to 20 feet tall when they're fully grown. Their hearts are about 2 feet in length and about 24 pounds. That way they can pump all that blood up to their head. If you look inside of the den, there's some African wild dogs in there. Lying down.
Inside here?
Otherwise known as painted dogs, otherwise known as keep hunting dogs. Each one of their coats is distinctly different. Actually, tell each other about them. Most fierce hunters in all of Africa, though, marathon runners, so they will literally wear down their prey until they accomplish their goal. Running a couple miles.
Water dogs?
Accomplish that.
Wild dogs.
Dogs, they do have about 85% success rate when they go for that, so very, very good hunters. Compare that 85% with lions. Lions only have about a 25% success rate after that, so yes, top dogs. Guys, tuck back in there, those are sable antelope. Sable antelope, the older they get, the darker their coats get, so they end of their lives, they do reach a blackish color on those coats, and they can take on male lions with those horns. Not quite head on, but the lions on their back, right behind them. Jerk their head backwards, try to stab, poke that lion, that's how they defend themselves with those horns. A little extra protection out here. Now these tall mounds we've been going through here, these are termite mounds. The elephants will use them as back scratching posts when they're nice and tall. But when they get worn down, smaller antelope like to hop on top of them and use them as a lookout post. Many predators might be out here. Also, if the termite mounds are big enough, they can be used as dens for smaller animals like those dogs, hyenas, or jackals can live inside of them. Now keep your eye out up on the hill. Sometimes giraffes like to hang out up there, hide out, stick their head just above those bushes. I don't see any right up there right now, but you can see how they could use that good camouflage up there. Peek your head just above those bushes. They have very good eyesight as well, so look out across the sky. If they do get spotted, they're pretty fast, those giraffes are. They can run away. They run about 35 miles per hour. Even though they look pretty funny looking when they run. Pretty fast. Guys up on the hill, brown, spotted guys with big horns. Those are Ankoli cattle, otherwise known as Watusi cattle, because of the tribe that domesticated them. Big horns on top of their head. They're big, but they're actually not very heavy. Mostly hollow. used to radiate excess heat through honeycomb-like structure in blood vessels. And the gray animals there, those are white-graded wildebeests. Wildebeests are the largest land migration in the world. About 1 million to 1.5 million of them migrate each year. And they do migrate about 500 to 1,000 miles each year. More giraffes right down these trees here. A little baby giraffe there as well. Baby giraffe that already stands about 10 feet tall though. So keep a good eye out from off to the left up in the trees and bushes. Sometimes on the rocks as well to hang out. So pretty shy animals. So keep a good eye out for them in the bushes there as well. There's one tucked back in there. See him just moving in between the tallest rock. Yeah, that's the alpha female there, just peeked out. Got that gold mane around his head, bright blue and red nose. I see him tucked in there.
See that?
The tallest rock, come to the back of the tallest rock. The bushes there. They're the largest type of monkey. Alpha male like him, reach about 100 pounds. Fully grown. Little pockets in their cheeks, they can store food in there for later on as well. Just like Rafiki from The Lion King, he's a mandrill. Elephant in the distance off to the right there. Looks like a male elephant. He's over there by himself. When males turn about 13 or 14 years old, they do go off on their own and spend most of their lives by themselves. Pretty solitary animals. Doesn't look like he's quite fully grown yet. They can reach right around 13,000 to 14,000 pounds when they're fully grown, so it's still got some room to grow there. Now, pretty solitary animals, like I said, but they don't like to stray too far from the herd for different reasons. So let's look around here to the other side, see if we can find that herd traveling on this side. They both travel along this roadway here and get these minerals out of this red clay pits here. Acts as their vitamins. See if they've been through here. Yeah, off to the left and right. Looks like some have traveled through here today. Fresh tracks. Hey, there's my elephant. It's a little baby elephant there as well. See her right there. A little 3 foot tall little baby elephant. Now, females right around 7,000 and 8,000 pounds. Very, very smart animals. They are matriarchal in their system, so it means you have an alpha female. She's in charge of all the food in the herd, so when they're traveling, she'll remember. Left here. Latest shade of flamingo. Also the tallest of the flamingos. Each about 5 feet tall, fully grown. Now they do start out as a white-gray color. Develop that pink color due to dye of the shrimp and the beta carotene that's in it. Some of them standing on one leg out there, they just do that for balance. Also helps them stay cool during the day. Radiate excess heat through that one leg. So just the top of the island there's some baby flamingos. So those gray and black puffballs there. Black legs. Top of the island. Little baby flamingos. So yeah, so that's where they started out now. Zebras off to the left here. These are one of 3 types of zebras. These are the Grant zebras. Grant zebras, they do have black noses and they also have black feet. So they're black with white stripes.
Hey, Weston.
Keep your eyes out up on the hill to your left. Remember to spot some cheetahs up there. For a light gray spotted animal. There's one. If you look up and to the right, up there. He's about 3/4 of the way up. Pull up a little bit farther. Tree block. Laying down like parallel to us way up there. Yeah, fastest land animal in the world, at about 75 miles per hour. Only maintain that speed for a couple hundred yards though. Get a rest up. There's some more cheetahs. 2 trees from us, up over this bush, right at the base of that tree.
You see it right there?
Check out those black strips. They got those 2 black strips around their eyes down their mouth. Only big cats like to hunt during the day. So those black strips help too to like the sunlight during the day. So it's really long distances out there during the day. Now cats that have quite the opposite vision. So quite the opposite sleep schedule as well. Our lions. Male lion hanging out right there. Sitting for a portrait.
That's a big old line.
So pretty. He hangs back, except the cubs in the territory. The lion's territory can stretch up to about 100 square miles, so not really too small of a feat out there to look after. Some white rhinos off to the right there. White rhinos are a little bit bigger than the black rhinos. Can reach about 5,000 pounds when they're fully grown. Wide mouth gets stuff off the ground. You look up on the tallest rock, female up there, chilling.
See that up there? All the way up top. See all the way up top? That's a female line.
Yes. Now, they can use their roar to communicate with each other. They do have 2 sets of tusks. They have a top set and a bottom set. See the top ones? Those are for digging. Bottom ones are to defend themselves. So up burn the ground down below, face outwards. Another look at those white rhinos. White rhinos, they are very communal, so they like to hang out with each other. White rhinos, they're actually supposed to be called vite rhinos, so V-I-T. Vite is an Afrikaans phrase for wide, that wide mouth, but when it was translated over to English, somebody mispronounced it, called them white rhinos. So we have black and white rhinos. There are also some water buck back there. They're sort of tucked back. Brown antelopes. Drink a lot of water throughout their lives, just like the name suggests. So they live near a lot of water throughout their lives. We are heading into Glen here, so that's probably where they're hanging out near. Might find some more forest-dwelling animals, but also forest-dwelling animals that do rely on a lot of water throughout their lives. So let's find some water resources utilizing where those water bucks are probably just coming from. Let's take a look, see what we can find. It's hanging out here. Hanging out. We'll start with birds. Those are yellow-billed storks, carnivorous birds. They'll eat pretty much anything that moves in the water. Fish, frogs, snakes, you name it. Put those long beaks down in the water, then clap it shut. Anything that swims through. And scimitar horned oryx, has big horns, as they really like to eat. They actually don't start sweating until 115 degrees. Use those white coats too to block the sunlight during the day. Big horns on top of their head. They're actually named after a Middle Eastern sword, a scimitar sword. Scimitar swords are used in a Disney movie. That Disney movie is Aladdin. One of the guards are chasing after Aladdin through the market scene. They're carrying scimitar swords. Well, it does look like we're coming to the end out on our safari here. Unfortunately, the challenge facing all of our animals out there on the reserve, all faced with deforestation, one way or the other. The more humans we put on this earth, the less room we have for those animals. There's some things you guys can do to help though, like recycling nearly everything, even your old cell phones. They can be recycled. There are minerals in those phones that are mined from all over Africa. Doing something just as simple as turning off the water while you brush your teeth can help out our animals. Some things you can do right here at Animal Kingdom still today. Visiting any of our merchandise stores or food and beverage locations, you can donate to Disney's Conservation Fund. Disney will actually match 100% of your donation, which is pretty awesome. Each one of us does have an ecosystem right in our backyard, so putting in something just like a birdhouse or a bird feeder can help out that ecosystem around you. Continue to circle black in your area.
Here, thanks. Squeaker. Hey. Karibuni. I am Dr. Wilson Mutua, and I am happy to travel wildlife. I hope that your visit will give new appreciation and respect for Africa's magnificent living treasures. Kalambe Wildlife Reserve was created to meet the growing challenges that face our native wildlife here. Expanding human population is bringing a loss of natural
Okay, my fast line. If I can have you guys back up for me, please.
And also, please remain seated during the entire safari. A great trip. Now, is this anybody's first time on the safari? First timers? Okay, alright, come be alright, awesome. Welcome back to those of you joining us again. As you know, no two safaris are exactly the same, so never know what we're going to quite find out there. Reserve was established in 1971. A lot of the animals out here faced with deforestation, also poaching. So working together closely with Disney's Conservation Fund to protect these African wildlife animals is our main goal. There's a signal from the warden. Let's get going here. We are heading into the little fairy forest here. These are animals who like to hide out very, very well. Use their surroundings to their advantage. See, old first animal we're see. Up on the hill to your right. Brown animal, stripes on its front and back legs. That's an old copy. Old copies. They got those stripes on their back legs that look similar to a zebra. So a lot of people think they are zebras or related to zebras, but no, they're actually the nearest relative to the giraffe. Well, you can tell that because of their heads and their really long tongues. Same skull structure as a giraffe. They also have a long prehensile tongue. Prehensile means finger legs, so they can grab stuff with it. The tongue is about 16 inches long. But very shy and recluse animal. Okapis are actually so shy and recluse they weren't even discovered until 1901. Spend most of the time by themselves and hiding out. Coming up on a watering hole. Watering holes do like to attract different species. Like the black rhino. Unfortunately, only about 5,000 black rhinos left in the whole world. It can be hard to see sometimes. Look down here and see if we have any on. There's one up there just to the right, up into the right, sort of tucked in there.
See it up there?
Black rhinos. Greater kudu up on the hill on your right as well. But black rhinos can reach right around 3,000 pounds. Oh, here's a good view of one. Oh, to the left there. They're about 3,000 pounds. Now they're browsers, like get stuff off the trees. They'll eat the branches, leaves, bark off those trees. So they have a hook on their upper lip helps them to accomplish that. The greater kudu up on the hill, second tallest antelope we have on our reserve. Males have horns, females do not. So a couple females up there. Well camouflaged as these bongos. Look up on the hill, dark brown, copper color animals. Those are bongos. Bongos are considered the ghosts of the forest. Very, very good at using their surroundings to their advantage. Both males and females have horns on the bongos. They have those long horns that spiral and face backwards. As they can quickly run through this forest without those horns getting caught on anything. Very smart adaptation to their surroundings, especially when they're avoiding any predators who might be out hunting in the forest here. Now we are going to make our way to the river, the Sapi River, where animals spend most of their days in the water. They do it for protection, also to keep themselves cool. Sometimes at night they will come up on the banks to feed. But if you see any shadows in the water right now, you might be looking at some hippos. Hippos down here. Hey, there's a hippo right off to the right there. Some lettuce. Getting some food. Now they do weigh they can reach about 5,500 pounds. Going forward to facilities and plants, some more hippos off to the left there.
See underwater?
Can't hold their breath underwater for about 8 minutes, even while they're asleep. Natural bodies will bob them up to the surface, get some air, and then bob back down. Now, those birds with the long beaks, those are pink-backed pelicans. Males get that pink on their back during mating season. They do mate for life. Both males and females take care of the eggs together. Now, if you're out here in Africa alone and you do come up against one of those hippos, you don't want to stand clear. They're very, very territorial. Like anybody coming near their space, one of the most deadliest animals in all of Africa. Responsible for somewhere around 3,000 disappearances each year. A Nile crocodile hanging out, another animal you do want to stay clear of. Crocodiles can reach about 18 feet in length. That's about as long as a giraffe is tall. Now crocodiles, they can fight down with about 2,000 pounds per horsepower. They can also eat about half of their body weight. Some crocodiles can reach upwards about 500 pounds. So eat about 250 pounds worth of food in just one sitting. They don't have to eat too often though. Their digestive system takes a lot longer than most animals, so they really only eat about 2 to 3 times a month, if that. Now we are going to be making our way to the savannah. Savannah's where I might find more of our popular animals like elephants, giraffes, maybe some lions out here today. Let's go see what we can find out this way. Well, first up on your right, not an animal, but a tree. That's a baobab tree. Stores water in its roots and trunk. That way you can make it the whole way through the dry season. It's not dead. It only has leaves on those branches for about 3 months out of the year. They can conserve water. Now some of the animals out here know that those baobab trees store water in them. So if there's a really long dry season, some animals will actually break into those baobab trees and steal the water out of them. So the other nickname for the baobab tree is the tree of life. Savannahs like this one there are made up mostly of grass. So we do find a lot of our grazing animals out here. There's a wet and a dry season out in the savannah. During the wet season, they do get about 60 inches of rain, but that dry season does last a lot longer than the wet season. About 9 months is that dry season. Some of the animals can make it the whole way throughout that dry season, drinking about 0 amount of water. Some migrate around a lot for it, a couple 100 miles each year. Some can make it just eating food. They get the nutrients that they need through the food that they eat. Also migrate around for protection from the sun, finding those shady spots, but also protection from other animals. Might be out hunting during the day, so hide out in trees and bushes. Also tall grass to protect themselves. Looks like the first animal season out on the savannah is a giraffe, one of the most famous animals you would find out on a reserve savannah. So Maasai giraffes out on our reserve, opposed to reticulated giraffes. Maasai giraffes have a jagged pattern on their spots. Reticulated giraffes have a clean cut in those spots. But the tallest animals in the world reach up to heights about 18 to 20 feet tall when they're fully grown. Their hearts are about 2 feet in length and about 24 pounds. That way they can pump all that blood up to their head. If you look inside of the den, there's some African wild dogs in there. Lying down.
Inside here?
Yeah, otherwise known as dainty dogs, otherwise known as Cape hunting dogs. Each one of their coats is distinctly different. Actually, tell each other about them. Most fierce hunters in all of Africa, though, marathon runners, so they will literally wear down their prey until they accomplish their goal. Running a couple miles.
What are those?
To accomplish that.
Wild dogs.
Dogs, they do have about an 85% success rate when they go for that, so very, very good hunters. Compare that 85% with lions. Lions only have about a 25% success rate after that, so yes, top dogs. Guys, tuck back in there, those are sable antelope. Sable antelope, the older they get, the darker their coats get, so the end of their lives, they do reach a blackish color on those coats, and they can take on male lions with those horns. Not quite head on, but with lions on their back, right behind them. Jerk their head backwards, try to stab and poke that lion, that's how they defend themselves with those horns. A little extra protection out here. Now these tall mounds we've been going through here, these are termite mounds. The elephants will use them as back scratching posts when they're nice and tall. But when they get worn down, smaller antelope like to hop on top of them and use them as a lookout post. Many predators might be out here. Also, if the termite mounds are big enough, they can be used as dens for smaller animals like those dogs, hyenas, or jackals can live inside of them. Now keep your eye out up on the hill. Sometimes giraffes like to hang out up there, hide out. Stick your head just above those bushes. I don't see any right up there right now, but you can see how they could use that good camouflage up there. Peek your head just above those bushes. They have very good eyesight as well. So look out across the sky. If they do get spotted, they're pretty fast, those giraffes are. They can run away, run about 35 miles per hour. Even though they look pretty funny looking when they run. Pretty fast. Some guys up on the hill, brown, spotted guys with big horns. Those are Ankoli cattle, otherwise known as Watusi cattle, because of the tribe that domesticated them. Big horns on top of their head. They're big, but they're actually not very heavy. Mostly hollow. Used to radiate excess heat through honeycomb-like structure, blood vessels. And the gray animals there, those are white-bearded wildebeests. Wildebeests are the largest land migration in the world. About 1 million to 1.5 million of them migrate each year. And they do migrate about 500 to 1,000 miles each year. More giraffes hiding down these trees here. A little baby giraffe there as well. Baby giraffe that already stands about 10 feet tall though. So keep a good eye out for them if they'll lack up in the trees and bushes. Sometimes on the rocks as well to hang out. So pretty shy animals. Keep a good eye out for them in the bushes there as well. There's one tucked back in there. They're just moving in between the tallest rock. Yeah, that's the alpha female there, just peeked out. Got that golden mane around his head, bright blue and red nose. I see him tucked in there.
See that?
The tallest rock, come to the back of the tallest rock. The bushes there. They're the largest type of monkey. Alpha male can reach about 100 pounds. Fully grown. Little pockets in their cheeks, they can store food in there for later on as well. Just like Rafiki from the Lion King, he's a mandrill. Elephant in distance off to the right there. Looks like a male elephant. He's over there by himself. When males turn about 13 or 14 years old, they do go off on their own and spend most of their lives by themselves. Pretty solitary animals. Doesn't look like he's quite fully grown yet. They can reach right around 13,000 to 14,000 pounds when they're fully grown, so it's still got some room to grow there. Now, pretty solitary animals, like I said, but they don't like to stray too far from the herd. Different reasons. So let's look around here to the other side, see if we can find that herd on this side. They both travel along this roadway here and get these minerals out of this red clay pits here. Acts as their vitamins. See if they move in through here. Down to the left and right. Looks like someone traveled through here today. Fresh tracks. Hey, there's my elephant. There's a little baby elephant there as well. See her right there. A little 3 foot tall little baby elephant. Oh, females right around 7,000 and 8,000 pounds. Very, very smart animals. They are matriarchal in their system, so it means you have an alpha female. She's in charge of all the food in the herd, so when they're traveling, she'll remember. On that greater flamingo off the line to left here. Lady shade of flamingo. Also the tallest of the flamingos. Each about 5 feet tall when they're fully grown. Now they do start out as a white-gray color. Develop that pink color due to dye the shrimp and the beta-carotene that's in it. Some of them standing on one leg out there, they just do that for balance. Also helps them stay cool during the day. Radiate excess heat through that one leg. So just the top of the island there's some baby flamingos. So those gray and black puffballs there, black legs. Top of the island, little baby flamingos. So yeah, so that's where they start out as. Zebras off to the left here. These are one of 3 types of zebras. These are Grand zebras. Grand zebras, they do have black noses and they also have black feet. So they're black with white stripes.
Hey, Weston.
Keep your eyes out up on the hill to your left. Remember to spot some cheetahs up there. For a light gray spotted animal. There's one. If you look up and to the right, up there, he's about 3/4 of the way up. Pull up a little bit farther. Tree blocking. Laying down like parallel to us way up there. Yeah, fastest land animal in the world, at about 75 miles per hour. Only maintain that speed for a couple hundred yards though. Get the rest up. There's some more cheetahs. 2 trees from us, up over this bush, right at the base of that tree.
Lean up. You see it right there?
Check out those black strips. You got those 2 black strips around their eyes down their mouth. Only big cats like to hunt during the day. So those black strips help to deflect the sunlight during the day. So it's some really long distances out there during the day. Now cats that have quite the opposite vision. So quite the opposite sleep schedule. Our lions. Male lion hanging out. Right there. Sitting for a portrait.
That's a big old line.
So pretty. He hangs back. Looks up the cubs in the territory. The lion's territory can stretch up to about 100 square miles, so not really too small of a feat out there to look after. White rhinos off to the right there. White rhinos are a little bit bigger than the black rhinos. Can reach about 5,000 pounds when they're fully grown. Wide mouth gets stuff off the ground. You look up on the tallest rock, female up there, chilling.
See that up there? All the way up top. See all the way up top? That's a female line.
Yes. Now, they can use their roar to communicate with each other. Communicate